Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today's episode of I Live in Nigeria for a Living, what things happening in Nigeria. Let us look into our previous video about the state of emergency in Rivers State. Before the pronunciation from the president, the Senate was not informed. The House of Rep were not informed also. We just saw that the Senate had a sitting and approved the state of emergency after the president was arraigned. This means that the president is acting without consulting the Senate, without seeking the approval of the Senate and the House of Rep. And in another news, it's been alleged that the Senate, all the members of Senate, were paid 10,000 US dollars for the approval of this state of emergency, so that they all agree. The thing is, this is on the news. That is why I said alleged. It hasn't been confirmed, although the news, national news posted it, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. So let's look at what is happening. In the past days, we have seen a lot of pipeline blown up in the River Line part of the country, precisely River State, where these things are unfolding. We heard about the military surrounding Fubara and his family, and the Attorney General of the Federation has come out to say that the president actually saved Governor Fubara from impeachment. With this state of emergency, it means that every impeachment move has been nullified, and because all the governor has to do is wait until 6 months and be recalled back. But when we look at this from a different perspective, we see that actually this is kind of a game ploy, maybe waiting for 2027, because precisely maybe there is some kind of maybe agreement between President Tinubu and we get the FCT minister. We cannot conclude on this, but as things are going, it looks likely, and the article has come out to declare there is a coalition between him and Peter Obi and other presidential aspirants in bid, together with El-Rufai, in bid to remove the current president, President Tinubu, from office. But we are all seeing that this is a tackle. This is a war. This is a war, because me and you know clearly that to remove President Tinubu from that seat of power is very, very difficult. And to topple it all, he has influence. I mean, influence over regular people like us in the political class. The influence is much. He has contributed a lot to the politics since 1999 till now. And during his last campaign, he said clearly that it is his turn to rule, and nobody's taking that away from him. So as things unfold, we here in the family of I Live in Nigeria for a Living, we are looking out for the good of the poor masses, the common people. The blowing of pipelines should be condemned, because there is hunger in the country already. With the blowing of the pipeline, it means reduction in production of oil. And Nigeria economy relies mostly on exportation of crude oil. With the reduction in production, it means reduction in exportation also. And there's been fight between NNPC and Dangote refinery. whereby NNPC has said that they will not sell to Dangote refinery on naira heads. They will now sell on the equivalent of dollar. And the Dangote Group has come out to say that should the NNPC not sell with naira to them, it means they have to cut off NNPC and start importing crude from outside the country. And as we saw, this has affected the dollar rate to naira recently because in the past few weeks we saw a sharp uh, dominance of naira, not dominance, a sharp recovery actually, whereby naira got to around 1,500 to $1. But as things are now, the dollar is depreciating again, the dollar gaining momentum, which we see now the current exchange rate is 1,600 to dollar. And to top it all, the blasting of crude oil pipelines and other damages. We are not even talking about the menace of Fulani herdsmen. We're not talking about the major economy, its effect. I can see this maybe clearly as a maybe diversion. This blowing of pipeline and every happening in the river state, I see it as a diversion for Fulani to penetrate inside the towns of common people. As this is unfolding, we ask every governor of every state to rise up. The time is now because clearly we see that the federal government is not helping matters. The federal government are bent on 2027, which is the coming presidential election. Everybody is talking about. Nobody is talking about what is going on. The other day we saw in the news about the killing of 3 soldiers in the north by a terrorist group. A week passed, we saw killing of 3 civilians by the same terrorist group, and the government has not come out to say anything about it. And the story goes on. They just focus on 2027. I don't know what they will gain if everybody's dead and they have their 2027. Who will vote? Who will vote for them? Nobody. Okay, so let's call on our governors. We elected them. We should hold them accountable. The time is now. It's now or never. It's now or never. A lot of things are going on, and the hunger is growing. The hunger is growing. When Tinubu said that he will reduce the purchasing power, we thought it was a joke, and clearly we have seen it happening. The purchasing power of Nigerians has been reduced to zero. We can no longer afford things. A lot of things are happening. No jobs, no work, business are dying off. A lot of businesses are closing. Even the government are aiding the closing of businesses. The time is now. We need to rise up and face what is facing us. This Nigeria belongs to all of us. We cannot leave it for a few who think that they can dominate everybody. Just very few. Nigerian population is more than 200 million. Very few, maybe around, maybe 100,000 or so, are dominating everybody. We cannot let this to continue. We need to rise up. According to Showere, he said that time for revolution is now. It's now or never. We cannot wait until 2027. Things are going out of hand. We saw the other day a lady from NYSC criticizing President Tinubu, and everybody scoring for the head of the lady without listening to the message. Is she making a valid point? Yes, she's making a valid point. So why do you call for her head? The time is now. Let us rise up, Nigerians. The time is now. Let us rise up. See you and have a blessed day.